Hello, welcome to Texas Style Cuisine. I'm Chef Johnny, it's my wife Libby, and today we're going to be showing you how to make our giblet gravy. What I'm doing right now is I'm getting my roux going on this gravy. One thing you don't want to do though in making a roux is you don't want to rush it. Because if you burn it, we're starting all over again. So it's kind of a slow, steady process. So my butter's now melted. That's about 3 tablespoons of butter. Now, by the book, a roux is fat and flour in equal parts by weight. A lot of people do it equal parts by volume. So they'll take 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 tablespoons of flour and try to make a roux. Well, it winds up being way too wet. So when I make a roux, it's equal parts by weight. If you don't want to weigh it out, I can tell you this, butter's about twice as heavy as flour. So you don't want to quite go 2 to 1. Since I have 3 tablespoons of fat, I got about 5 tablespoons of flour, and that's going to give me a nice roux. That'll thicken up about 5 cups of flour, because a roux, tablespoon of flour will thicken about a cup of liquid. And of course, we're going to do this until we just get it the color that we want it. One thing to remember when making your roux is work those corners. And these sautoirs or straight edge skillet, it's good about getting stuff stuck back in the corner. So push that whisk back into the corner. This Cutco whisk my wife likes so much is really good for that, of getting everything out of the corners. But it's coming along nice. It's starting to brown up well. Now we're going to add some turkey broth. That is 2 cups of broth, so that's would make a real thick gravy. But I'm going to get this in and kind of work my roux into it so that I can make sure I don't have any lumps. Now also, the thing to remember is everybody puts in their flour, stir it a little bit, and they go, my gravy's not thick enough, so they want to add more flour. Your gravy will not thicken until this gets to a boil. If it's not right at the edge of boiling, it will not thicken it. So you have to take this cold liquid that we have, this turkey broth. I cooked a bunch of turkeys this week and I made stock out of them, and I saved some broth off the cooked ones, and to make gravy with specifically in our dressings this week. So I'm just going to have to stir this, bring this thing up to a boil. And when it gets to a boil, you're going to see it start thickening. It's going to get pretty thick. Then I'm going to add 2 more cups. All right, now we're going to add 2 more cups of stock. Go ahead and pour that in. There we go. That ought to thicken up nice. And again, bring it back to a boil, and that flour will keep sucking in water and keep thickening up. Now, what I've added to it is some chicken broth or turkey broth. We cooked up a bunch of turkeys this week, and I saved the drippings off of those. That's why that's congealed. It's been in the refrigerator. But that's going to add another dimension of flavor to this gravy that we have here. That's really going to give it a lot of flavor by adding those drippings off of your turkey. So if you wait to do your gravy last, cook down your giblets, get your stock off of them with the little carrots, onions, and then come back and add some of your broth off of your cooked bird at the end. You're really going to get a very flavorful gravy. Bring this back to a boil, and it should thicken up just fine. Our gravy, it came to a boil. I just turned it down. It's looking nice and thick. I like my giblet gravy a little peppery, so I'm going to say about a good teaspoon there. And that's between 5 and 6 cups of liquid probably. So I'm going to go with about a teaspoon of garlic powder. There we go. And I tasted it. It's not too salty. So I'm going to go maybe 2 teaspoons of salt. It's a little on the bland side. So my salt's in. Get that stirred good. And all I did was I took my giblets, I chopped them up. I'm just going to drop them right back in there. You don't want them too big. I'm a little small, so I got 2 nice handfuls of giblets. Now what also I have to put in here is I have a bunch of turkey that we chopped up from the turkeys we had, just kind of the crumbles. We kept those. Well, I'm going to add a couple of handfuls. I mean, it's white and dark both. We're just going to keep it hot. It's a nice thick gravy. Got a good color to it. And remember, be careful with salt, because if you have a salted broth, that'll affect you a lot. And the other thing to remember is always add a cold roux to a hot liquid, or a cold liquid to a hot roux. Never mix hot and hot or cold and cold. You're gonna wind up with a lumpy gravy. But this one looks good. Thanks for stopping by Texas Style Cuisine. Hope you enjoyed this giblet gravy we made up. I hope you try that for your Thanksgiving or Christmas meals next time you need some. I'll tell you what, it tasted great, and it's always wonderful if you make your own stock and use a broth off the turkeys that you cooked. Always helps a lot. Remember to subscribe our channel, and also click that bell so you get notified every time we get up a new video. Remember to tell your friends and family about us. Let them know what's going on Texas Style Cuisine. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you down the road.
Sitting by the wagon when the sun come up this morning, baking eggs and coffee, biscuits and beans. Cookie strikes the bell and he rings the world a warning. How them boys put food away beats all I've ever seen.